Hello all, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see how to integrate Sonar Cloud Scan in Azure Pipeline. In previous video we saw how to do the Sonar Scan locally, but now we are going to automate this process with Azure Pipeline so that every time any team member checks in the code, the analysis will be performed automatically and the reports will be generated. We will see how to integrate this with pull request and how that can be helpful. Previously, actually, we used Sonar Cube, but now we are using Sonar Cloud. So this is just a cloud offering from them. So it is very easy to integrate with our Azure pipeline, and it works really great. So let's go through the actual implementation part. So let's start. Okay, so to integrate Sonar Cloud with your Azure pipeline, there are a few steps which we will need to follow. Uh, so I have just documented the steps here. So on screen you can see first we will need to create Azure repo and upload our project. Then we will need to create a build pipeline. Then we will install this Sonar Cloud extension from Marketplace. We will create account on Sonar Cloud. We will configure the Azure DevOps organization and project on Sonar Cloud. Then we will create a service connection. This is needed for to communicate with external or remote services as we are utilizing the services from Sonar Cloud. So we will need to create a service connection. Then we will add a task in build pipeline for Sonar Scan and we will configure it and then we will run the build and we'll see the results. Okay, now first let's look at what are the offerings from Sonar Cloud. So there are two offerings, like one is free and the other one is a paid. So we will be using free for our demo because the projects which I have created, those are public projects, so those are available to all. And yes, in case if we want to do it for private repositories or projects, so then we will need to pay some cost. But yes, we will go with the free version and they provide almost all the features, so we can integrate with Azure pipeline and we can perform the Sonar Scan and we can see the results as well on the Sonar Cloud platform. So let's go ahead and use the Sonar Cloud. So first now we will go and check the Azure repository which I have created. So yes, so I have already taken care of the first step, that is creating this project and uploading the code. So if I go to repo, you will see this is the repository which I have created, profile info. That is the same project which I have used previously as well for a local scan. So the same I'm using for Sonar Cloud Scan as well. So now the first step will be create a build pipeline. So let's go to pipeline, create a pipeline. As of now, there are no build pipeline created. So we will start from scratch. I will use the classic editor because I find it easier. Yeah. So yes. So this is the repository. This is the branch. Then let's click on continue. We'll look for core, ASP.NET Core task. Yes. Apply it. Okay. Yeah. So almost all the settings are populated. Yes. All tasks are in place. I will just disable these two tasks because I don't need it as of now because we are not publishing anything. So we are just running the build. We are verifying if all tests are passing or not. And yes, so as of now, the first step will be for us that only. So let's save and queue. I won't be changing the name as well for this pipeline. So yes, okay, yeah. So yes, so the build is in queue now. Yeah. So agent, the build will be performed. So we will just directly see the results whether it runs successfully or not. Okay, I have skipped it directly to the result. So you can see the build was successful. All the tasks are green. So I think yes, we are good to go with this build. Now let's go to SonarCloud platform and see how to configure our project and organization. Okay, so now I'm on SonarCloud platform. So you will see one login button here. So click on it. It will give you an option to select like where your project and organization is. So I'm using Azure DevOps. So I will click on it. It will ask for username like credential to log in into the portal. So yes, I have already done this step. So you can use your email ID and then provide a password. So it will directly take you to its home screen. So I will skip this part and will directly go to the Sonar Cloud homepage. So yes, so this is the homepage for me. Let me click on yeah, icon. Yeah. So as I have not configured any project, so we are doing this from scratch. So it's giving me this option to analyze a new project. So let's click on it and configure our project and organization. So it will give me option to import new organization. So click on it. It will take you to the page where you can create the organization. So we need to put the organizational name, whichever if we have mentioned on our Azure repo. So this is the organization name actually which I have used. So yes, then we need to provide the personal access token as well. Personal access token you can generate from Azure portal. So if you put your Azure portal, so you will see this icon, user icon. So let me just drag the screen. Yeah. So under this option is available for generating the personal access token. I have already generated one, so I will be using that only. But in case if you need to create a new one, so you can create it from this option. So yeah, let me copy the personal access token. Okay, I will put my personal access token here. We'll click on continue. So yes, so now the organization details we are importing. So you will see this key. Then just click on continue. Now we are supposed to select the plan, like whether we will be going with the free plan or the paid one. So as we are using the public repositories, so I will go with the free plan. Click on create organization. It will create the organization for you. Now what are the projects which are present under your organization? Those will be listed out here. So if I go to my Azure repo, let me just go to this. Yeah. So if I click on this drop down button, so you will see there are currently two projects under my organization. So those are two projects are shown here. As of now, we are configuring this scan for this project, profile info project. So I will select it. You click on setup button. Yes. Now it will give me an option to for this option with Azure DevOps Pipeline. Yes, we are integrating it with Azure DevOps Pipeline. So click on it. Now for integration part, the first step for us will be to download this SonarCloud extension. So this can be downloaded from Marketplace. So let's go to our Azure portal. So now here we have the option for Marketplace. I will just open this in new tab. Yeah. So it will redirect me to Marketplace. You are here, you can search for SonarCloud. So let me just search for it. Yeah, you will get few options. So we need to select this one and install. I have already done the step. So yes, you can install it. Once this is installed, it will be available for us in the Azure build pipeline. Let me go to the Azure this portal again, SonarCloud. So now click on continue. As it will give you options like which build you want to perform, as we are doing the .NET. So once we click on it, it will give me the options which you need to configure. So these are the steps which we need to follow for integrating it with Azure Pipeline build. So the first thing is we need to create a service connection. As we are consuming external services which are provided by SonarCloud, we need to create a service connection. So using this service connection, the communication with SonarCloud will be possible. So let's go to our Azure portal. Yeah, go to project settings. Under project settings, you get this option to create a service connection. So click on it. Yeah. I don't have any existing service connection, so I will click on create service connection. Here in the list, you need to select SonarCloud. So yeah, click on next. It will ask you for a token. I have copied the token from SonarCloud portal, so I will paste it here. You can click on verify button just to verify if it's correct or not. Yeah, verification is successful. Give it a name. So I will give it SonarCloud 1. Yeah, I won't be providing any description for it. And click on verify and save. Once that is done, you will see the service connection is created for us. So now go to SonarCloud portal. Second thing which we need to do is we need to add task related to SonarScan in our pipeline, build pipeline. So let's go to our pipeline. So this is the pipeline actually we have created, edited. Yes. Now click on add task. So here search for Sonar. So you will see there are three tasks available. So this we need to add all these three tasks in our build. We'll add it sequentially actually. So the first task we need is prepare analysis configuration. So we will be first configuring it, then we will perform the actual analysis. So I will add this task first. Then we need to perform the actual analysis, and then we need to publish the result. So we need to keep this task in a sequence. So let me change the sequence which will be actually used. So the preparing task will go at the top. Then we will run the actual analysis after test. we run the unit test, because the code coverage report will be created and everything will be available for us. And the final task for us will be publish quality gate result. So after this task, all the results will be available on SonarCloud portal. So now let's go and configure this the settings available here, because you will see some settings need attention. It is giving us that error. So now the first thing we need to do is we need to select the service connection, which we have created recently. Yes. The second thing we need to do is what are the organization we created. So we need to configure it. So I have selected the organization. Then comes the project key. If you go to SonarCloud portal, you will see the project key. They have already given the value. So just copy it, paste it here. Then we need to provide the project name. I will copy the project name from SonarCloud portal itself. Yeah. So we'll copy it. We'll paste it here. Yeah. So I think we have done all the things. We don't need to configure anything in run code analysis or a publish get result first. So what I will do, I will save it and will queue the build. Yeah. Provide some comment. Sonar scan. Yeah. Save and run. So it will trigger the build. What I will do, I will skip the steps and will show you the result, final result directly. Okay, so the build is successful. You can see the all the tasks are green. So the analysis is also performed and it took almost around 2 minutes for to complete. Now the result should be available on SonarCloud platform. So let's go there. So yes, you can see the result is already populated. So in under maintainability we have 8 code smells. Then under duplication we have 28.1% code. But we are not able to see this coverage. So the coverage report is currently 0.0%. We have unit test in our project, but the coverage report is not populated here. So we will see what is causing this particular issue, and we will see how to correct it. So for same, let's go to our pipeline. So this is the result. Let's just check like what are the logs under this particular task. So from the logs you can see, actually I think the unit test, those tests were not run. So there must be some issue. Let's go to our pipeline and correct it. So we'll edit it. So this issue you might also face for the first time whenever you will be configuring it. So let's go to our unit test. Yeah. So the first thing is check like what are the path to the project is correct or not. In my case, this is not correct. So I will edit it. Actually, I just need to remove this yes. So the my project path is currently test, only test, not test. So I have corrected it. Then the second thing we need to do is we need to publish the code coverage report. So if I click on this icon, it will show me some settings which I need to do. So for code coverage, we need to provide this particular command as well. So I will copy it and will paste it here. Yeah. So with this command, we also need to provide this collect code coverage command. We'll click on this icon again. So you will see uh, this line. This is currently only available on Windows platform. So in case if you want to collect this code coverage, then we need to run this particular build on Windows platform only. So let's do one thing. Save the changes whatever we have done. I will just add this updated. Okay, and now click on Q. So if you can see, when we were running our this particular build, by default it was not running on Windows Server. So that was that will cause an issue, because if in case if you are not running on Windows Server, even if you pass this command, it won't be collecting the code coverage. So we need to select the Windows Server and then run it. Yeah. So now the build is in progress. I will show you the results directly once the scan is performed. I will skip this part. Okay, so the build is successful now. If I go to test logs, so you will see at the end, yes. So the unit test was performed, and I have written two unit tests, so both are passing. So great. So now let's go to the SonarCloud platform and check whether the results are populated or not. So yes, now we have the code coverage as well. So what are the unit tests we have written? So what are the code coverage for same is populated here. So we have covered so far 50%. So we have improvement area here as well. So yes, so this is the way this report will be populated. So whenever we do any changes and the build is triggered, so that time this analysis will be performed, and whatever the results are there, those will be populated on this SonarCloud platform. I tried to cover the issues which I have faced, like the major issue I was facing with this was with this coverage, because the unit tests were not running properly and the coverage report was not being populated. So I tried to cover that part as well in this demo. So now the next part for us will be just to check like how to integrate this particular scan in the PR, because whenever any team member will be raising a pull request for any change, so it will be great if we can populate that result within that PR itself. So in case if there are any suggestion, so those will be populated within the PR. I will show you how that can be helpful. Okay, so first we will need to go to SonarCloud platform and do some configuration for this support with the PR pull request. So I'm on SonarCloud platform. So under administration, go to general settings. You will see this pull request settings. So select it. Under provider, select Azure DevOps services. Click on save. You also need to provide personal access token, so which we have already generated. In case if we have not created any personal access token, you can create it from Azure portal. So I will just use the existing one which I have already created. We'll click on save. Yeah, so the settings which were required from SonarCloud platform, those are done. Now we need to go to our Azure portal and do some changes in branch policy. So I think I have already done few changes, but yes, I will show you how to do those. So select the main branch, go to branch policies. So yes, under branch policies, you have a couple of settings. So what you can do is I have selected this settings as required minimum number of viewers. You don't need to do it, but I have done it. Yeah. So now first thing we need to do is build validation. Let me delete the existing setting. Yeah. I will delete both the settings. Yes. So in build validation, you need to enable this particular setting. So click on add button. Yeah. So on this screen, actually, you need to select the pipeline which you will be using for validation. So we already have created one, so I will use the same. You can change the name as well, like you can add PR at the end so that it can represent it is for PR only. So select it. uh, I won't do any other changes. We'll click on save button. Yeah, so it's enabled. Now we need to enable the second thing as well, like status check. So what it will do, whatever the quality gate results we have, so it will populate using this particular setting. So click on add button. Under this drop down, actually you will see auto settings. So you need to select the SonarCloud quality gate, so it will use the quality gate results. So select it, click on save. Okay, so the branch policy settings are done. Now we will need to raise a PR, so just to see these changes in action. So go to branches, we'll create one branch based on this main branch. Yes, so we'll give it a name as updates. Create it. Yes, so the branch is ready. So now I will need to do changes in any file. So I will select this profile repository. So currently the sonar scan, whatever the scan we are doing, it will be performed on whatever the changes we have done. So in case if we have updated this profile repository.cs file, so the scan will be performed on whatever the changes we have done. So we'll click on edit button. We'll edit this file. We'll add one method, blank method. Yeah, uh, public void taste. Not a good name, but yeah, for demo it works. So we'll click on commit. We'll go with the default commit. Yeah. So now we are given option to create a PR. Yeah. We'll keep it everything on default and we'll hit on create button. So yes, once that is done, the PR is created and you can see the build is in progress now. So once that build is completed, the quality gate results will be populated. So what I will do, I will skip the steps. Will directly show you the result because the build might take some a couple of minutes. Okay, so build is complete now, and you can see on screen that there are some issues with quality gate. So yes, let's go to the changes. Okay, so if I click on that quality gate file, so you will see it will take me to the SonarCloud platform, and on this platform, you will see the changes. Or sorry, issues. So let's click on that code smell. So yes, it's showing that there is one code smell in our code. So let's go back to the build actually, the pull request. Yeah. So on clicking on this, we were taken to the SonarCloud platform. But if I go to the files as well, so in the PR itself, you can see what are the code smell we have. So for the newly created method, you can see it's saying add a nested comment explaining why this method is empty. So currently by default the empty methods are not allowed, so that's why we are it's showing that this particular code review comment. So these code review comments are automatically added. So in case if you do some changes which are not good, or there are any issues with these changes, so this kind of comments you will get by default in the PR. So in case if this is fine with you, you can add a comment and click on reply and resolve. But in case if this is a major issue, you can do those changes, required changes, and then you can push the changes. So this way automatically it's adding what are the issues, you it's notifying you what are the issues are there within the PR itself. So you will be well aware before even you checking the code. So this feature is really helpful. So whenever any team member makes any change, so Sonar Cloud Platform will verify if it is good or not, or is there any issue with that particular change, and it will notify us. That is it, I think, for this PR support. Okay, so that is for today. We saw how to integrate Sonar Cloud with Azure Pipeline, and how to do this scan automatically and automate this process, and how to integrate it with the pull request as well. So okay, so let me know if you have any suggestions or queries on this implementation. In case if you are stuck with something, so you can ask me in comment section. I will reply back to you. And yeah, do subscribe to my channel. Oh, one more thing. So the next video which will be coming will be related to OWASP dependency check and white source bold. So those two tools are used for software composition analysis. So as we have already seen Sonar Cloud, which will help us to improve the code quality. So as well, so with that as well, we can add one more task related to SCA, that is like software composition analysis. That will help us to identify in case if we are using any third-party packages which are having any kind of security concerns. So I think that will be useful. So the next videos I will be creating will be related to that. So those will be coming by next Saturday. So for both the tools, I will create a video and will upload it. So yes, subscribe to my channel. You will get continuous updates. There was a small gap of I think around 1 month since I created the last video. But yes, now every week I will be uploading a new video with something new to learn. So thank you, and yeah, do hit the like button as well. Thanks.